eliminating the light rather than lighting a whole Christmas tree. If one person in this whole wide world eliminate that light within themselves, hi Ryan, then that conscious light will eliminate thousands of souls. Now you have entered into this earth to find the liberation within the self. Having this human body is very important in these times. These are times of Kali Yuga. These are very difficult times. So it is very, very important to keep your practice in a place without the division. Now, so many people have written to me saying that some of their relatives don't want them to come to the Christmas gathering because some has not taken the vaccination. Some who have taken it doesn't want the ones who. This is all about the spirit of a birth of a greater person. And if this greater person has to decide who he would he have the division? Just ask yourself, and that's a self-inquiry that you come to a human body to really get to know without being divided by these doubts and fears and limitation. What can you really bring into this special day, to this special birth, where the Christ, whether it's the Lord Shiva, whether it's the God, whether it's Buddha, it is very important that when you're doing these perishable items, I would also like you to connect into your imperishable nature, that you're living this embodiment of this light, the peace and the joy. So I would love you to have, throughout this Christmas season, even your joy is to celebrate. Allow yourself to not have any divisions. Now, a long time ago, we have the divisions of the black and the white, then became the Muslims, then became this or that, now vaccination. And it will be very challenging time. It will be rich and poor, good and bad. But your soul has come into this earth, and may your soul find that space of that realization to serve the best version of yourself. And that is what is very important. So saying that, taking this deeper sense of the practice and moving the practice into that space, and having these classes and the guidance throughout the hardest times are the celebrating times. Because even in celebration, you tend to divide into your old stories, tend to divide into your limitation. So let us work on the class on these areas and very gently allow ourselves to sit. And maybe that big day come, and if you need to sit with people, try to sit with people and try to listen to them rather than listen to your own self without the division. So I move the camera towards Darren, and now take a deep breath in and allow that shoulders to roll back, and very gently allow the space of the heart to gently lift up. And very gently allow that breath to be a reminder of visiting into the imperishable state of my being. Because one day the body and the mind will be part of the perishable. It is not about chasing the success of outside. And I'm not against these things. But if you don't have the core to anchor yourself, you will be flying all over the space. Now take a deep breath in and allow that breath to move into the space of the spine, into the space of the tailbone and see what is not so much of restricting yourself. Allow this breath to be a mini level of a refresher, a quick refresher. Just remember and let go on that any excessive thinking while you're in the practice. If you notice, the momentum of thinking is taking into you to the past and the future through the memory or imagination. Always you have a now understanding to turn your attention into the soft caress of the breath, where it is rise and fall with the waves of your breathing effortlessly. Bring you out of the realm of the nonsense, no sense, into the place of your body, onto the ground, onto this very moment. You're occupying a body, but you're not the body. You're occupying a mind and using these parts and very gently you're giving that space of that light that you're going to eliminate through the season. Respect for the essential. Respect for the life-giving resource of the breath. And the expiration of the out breath is also mean dying. Respiration for those process of things that no longer serving you, things that no longer has to be there. So the spirit within now very gently take a deep breath in, shrug the shoulders up, tilt the head back, massage the back of the skull, and very gently allow that life-giving energy which are subtler than food and water through your breath to very gently interact with your space. Try to bring that breath as a sustenance, watching the breath, allowing the breath, becoming intimate with the connection between the inside of the body and the outside. Constant interaction between these spaces. And very gently find that breath that is the rhythm that sustains this space. Now, very gently, I would want you to refresh that space of your own, endlessly receiving this space of now, and also releasing what is not needed. Chinese call this ki, Sanskrit call this prana. The union of the breath, the spirit, energy, and that awareness. Now very gently take a deep breath in. Anchor your breath into the space of the tailbone, holding the breath there very gently, and breathe out to the left side. Now very gently getting into the known of the movement of the body. Attention to the breath. And giving that deepest respect to appreciate the breath of life in movement. Breathing in back to the center. Shoulders roll back, changing the formation of the legs. Very gently twisting the spine to the other side. Stomach pulled in on the out breath. Now, by coming into this understanding, it gives a perspective, not to have that overreaction. Breathing in, coming back. So you're bringing the breath into the space of not separating the mind and the body, but it has become the bridge. Now also you're bringing this breath very gently to slow down the tendency towards excessive thinking and bringing you back to your senses. Now take a deep breath in and stretch the neck to the right side, left shoulder relax, left shoulder blade relax, left arm relax. And allow this space and cultivating this respect to the breath. That is the respect that eliminate the space of the light, which anyone comes into your path, they would understand and see your generosity, love, and they will be eliminated by this. So you are that tree, you are that star that is born on this special day, in this very moment, breathing in back to the center, onto the other side. Very gently enjoy this space of this realization, breathing its own right, and incorporate into that place of the practice, place of refreshing, place of knowing your own truth is the only liberation, only joy. And I'm blessing you to find this space within yourself, breathing in back to the center. Elongate that spine. Now that has opened the awareness, your present moment, you're experiencing the thoughts and feelings, as well as the awareness of the thoughts and the feelings. Now your thoughts are not dominating your attention. Your awareness is much more wider. Now you're paying less attention, but you're paying more attention to the field, the light. You're not just a senses polluter, but your senses are there not just to grab into things, but into the present moment. Now take a deep breath in and very gently roll onto the knees and very gently stretch the spine into the back very gently. Arms stretch onto the floor, bum drop onto the heels, palms facing up very gently. There is a spark in your spirit. Now that the body will tell you what to do. Now very gently into a child pose. very gently lifting up onto the crown of the head and lifting up the buttocks, and bring that awareness to activate the pituitary and the pineal gland. Now very gently, third eye on the fist, rolling back and dropping. Now it's not that you're only lifting up the neck, but you're living in the space of the mind and the body on the whole field. This is at the core of many health problems when someone lives on top of the neck. That's what I said. You're not only into the possession of the pride, the status, the security, and gravitate towards those perishables which I was talking in the morning. This mindfulness of your practice in this season brings you into the present moment. And that present moment have a lot of love and respect for your bodies, other bodies, your needs, others' feelings, your feelings, others. This mindfulness body that you're going to take to a Christmas place is a precious gift. It is the greatest gift, your presence into a space. If you're illuminated by this space, you can illuminate all those spaces by paying attention, and you light everyone up into that intimate relationship. To love yourself, to find the deepest part of yourself, is the beginning of a greater celebration. May you all find that in this season. Very gently, arms stretching to the front, crawling and bringing the chest onto the floor. Drop the belly, soften the hips. Gently explore every moment, every movement, that body part, with very gentle curiosity, free of judgment, patiently connecting with the sensation you feel, whether it's subtle, whether it's unpleasant, whether it's pleasant, whether it's strong, whether it's uncomfortable or comfortable, without the separation. When your thoughts take your attention away, simply open your awareness, including your body sensation. Again, allow the thoughts to become less important. Paying attention to the body sensation. Now very gently drop the belly, soften the hips. Breathing in into a gentle cobra. Shoulders relax, and your attention will be direct. Bring the attention of the breath into the feet, in the cobra, in the bhujangasana, into the tummy, into the chest, into the shoulders, into the face, into the forehead. And allow that awareness to open out more inclusively of the whole body, from the bottom to the top, without going into every body part individually. Begin to practice. Shoulders relax, just open, overlooking onto the left side. Back to the center, onto the right side. Back to the center. Relax your forehead, relax your eyes. Shoulders relax and chest open. Very gently, forehead relax onto the floor. Feet together, shoulders relax, sole of the feet looking up. If it is uncomfortable, you can leave a blanket there. Now see, while lying down with the gravity of your body onto the floor, the movement of the chest, the movement of the tummy, the movement of the feet. Now very gently take a deep breath in, palms close to chest level, elbows pointing to the back, breathing into up face. Shoulders relax and chest open. Breathe out towards a very gentle down face. Bring awareness down to your feet, into your knees, into your back of the ankles. Contact between your feet and the floor. Contact between your palms and the floor. Now, bend one knee at a time to release in that tension if there's tension is building up. Whether it's from your legs, whether it's from your arms, whether it's from your back of the shoulder, back of the neck, any sensation, curiosity. Maybe the pressure for you, maybe the tingle, maybe the hardness, maybe the warmth, maybe the cool. Maybe comfortable or uncomfortable. Now take a deep breath in, lift up onto the toes, bend both knees and bring the lower ribs onto the chest. Lower ribs onto the knees. Now very gently drop the knees. Knees wide apart this time. And very gently allow the buttocks to drop onto the heels. Palms facing up. Bring your awareness to the tummy, perhaps the pressure, perhaps the softness, perhaps the hardness, perhaps the coldness, perhaps the numbness, perhaps the comfort, perhaps the uncomfort. Free of any judgment, observe the reaction comes. By attention, you're letting it go without feeding it. Take awareness onto the back of the shoulders, base of your neck, perhaps the softness or the hardness here and there, perhaps the pressure or the tingling here and there. Let go of any judgment. Let go of the next moment. Let go of the next posture. Noticing. And as you feel into the muscle of your shoulders, feel the flow of your breath in that space of the muscle. Be aware of the space before your eyes touching slightly on the mat. Become any sensation in and around your eyes. Move your attention to your eyebrows, forehead that is touching. Whatever the sensations are there, feel through the space, feel through across the forehead. Now very gently, palms facing down, crawling and bringing the chest onto the floor. Drop the belly, breathing in into up face, shoulders relax and just breathe out towards the down face. Now see whether your down face can be a little bit more easier for you. If your heels are higher, maybe the toes can walk into the front a little more. Now take a deep breath in, left leg up into the back. Rotation to the left foot. Left knee to the left chest, breathe out. Breathing in, stretch back. Left knee onto the left elbow. Breathing in, stretch back. Left knee onto the right elbow, breathe out, come forward. Breathing in, stretch back. Left foot into the front. Drop the back knee onto the floor, holding onto the front knee. Shoulders relax, shoulders square, chest open. Open your awareness to the space that you're occupying in this very moment. Awareness of the space in the space of the breath. The body as you're breathing in, as you're breathing out. Note that slight pause between the in-breath and the out-breath. If any thoughts to come to your awareness, let them come, let them go. Nothing is fed, is not going to stay around. If you're having something reoccurring in your life, that means you're feeding it. Feeling the sense through the body and the awareness. Arms stretching to the back, clench and unclench. Elbows stretch, arms raise onto the ground. Interlacing the fingers, palms facing up. Take a deep breath, elongate from the back. Gentle arch. Breathe out, come back into the center. Shoulders relax, palms onto the floor. Taking that deep breath in and left arm reaching up to the ceiling. Clench and unclench. Situate the posture very gently. Allow the upper torso to act as a funnel of the breath, moving through the lower ribs into the belly. Left arm reaching into the back and touch the floor. Right arm reaching up to the ceiling. Clench and unclench. Right reaching into the back and touch the floor. Lengthening to look up, push the hips forward a little bit more. Plank. Strong on the pelvic floor. Now very gently left knee onto the floor. Right leg stretch into the back as much as possible. Right arm reaching up to the ceiling. Clench and unclench. Right reaching into the back, touch the floor. Now drop the knees. Give a good rotation to the hips. And this moment, the multitude of the communication process, feedback loops. The more you give attention to your belly, digestion, more sensitive and responsive you become. The stress response and the relaxation response are two major communications. Feedback loops in the body. So don't block your communication through your contraction and distraction of your attention to your sensitivity. Now to the other side. So create the flow back again wherever you are healing. Now very gently stretch the spine into the back. Palms facing up. So in any moment, this posture or the body is not disconnected. Also, it's not grippy. It's also your attention in these times are not wandering away. Now you have become more aware of paying attention to the mind-body without judgment. In the meantime, you have become more empathetic and compassionate to yourself. Now, this is the spirit of the being that you only can naturally extend to others and to the nature. Far from being mundane and purely physical. Now very gently, palms facing down, rolling and bringing the chest into the front. Breathing in into an up face. Breathe out towards a down face. Bending one knee at a time to find your space of the down face. And the spirit of down face, the flavor of the down face. Not the egocentric down face. We are not talking about that alignment. Right leg up into the back. Rotation to the right foot. Right knee to the right chest, breathe out. Breathing in, stretch back. Right knee to the right elbow, breathe out. Breathing in, stretch back. Right knee to the left elbow, breathe out. Stretch back. Right foot into the front. Drop the back knee onto the floor, holding onto the front knee. Shoulders relax, chest open. Now this closeness that I have done in previous class creates that space of empathy, where the judgment or the expectation creates a distance between the watcher and the watched. But now it is the opposite to that. Watcher and watched has merged. Arms stretch into the back. Arms raise onto the crown, interlacing the fingers. Lift up from the spine and gentle arch. Pay your attention. Now take a deep breath in, coming into the center. Breath out, spread the wings wider and relax. Take a deep breath in, right arm reaching up to the ceiling. Clench and unclench. Focus on the sensation of the clench and the unclench. It's not about the imagination of the wrist. This can dominate your attention. So keep your attention in the space of feeling. Physical sensation. Right reaching into the back, touch the floor. Left arm reaching up to the ceiling. Clench and unclench. Left reaching into the back, touch the floor. Push the hips forward. Into a plank. Strong on the pelvic floor. Come forward and drop the hips a little bit more, not without slouching the posture. Head and the toes are one line. Right knee onto the floor. Left arm reaching up to the ceiling. Clench and unclench. Soften your face. Left reaching into the back, touch the floor. Very gently take a deep breath in, drop the knees. Relax the hips a little bit more, elongate the spine, completely breathe out to a cat. Very gently sensing a brighting light into the spine. Breathing in, drop the belly, opening up into a cow. So you're bringing this sensation to move into the cold, dark area of forgotten places in the body, because you forgot those places because you went to a dark place of the mind and was creating other things, not really eliminating the inside of that space that occupied by this condition. Breathe out. Anus lock, navel lock, throat lock. Maha Mula Bandha. Breathing in. Drop the belly, soften the hips, stretch the tongue up onto the soft part of the palate. Energy gaze on the pituitary and the pineal. Breathe out. Allowing your breath to flow, and then patiently, if nothing happens, just moving into that space a bit more. Pay attention. Neutral spine, breathing in, rotate the hips, give a good cleansing into the digestion. Stop judging your body. Your relationship with your body changes when you let go of the idealized or degraded body image. You connect with the actual experience in your body without the judgment. You become more familiar with the intimate with your feeling body and stop struggling with it. And you let go of that static body image that you connect with are more dynamic. Rotate to the other side and very gently stretch the spine into the back palms facing up. Now, as you let go the judging and the struggling with the body, your body and the mind begin to release and relax. Are you a person getting up in the mirror or complaining about certain things? If you constantly do it, you're allowing the confusion come into the body and the mind. This is good time to accept the feeling without analyzing or judging. Simply noticing the feeling, then noticing your breathing. Very subtle. That's where the mind and the body are going to be relaxed. I have seen minds and bodies, even in yoga, not relaxed, even in meditation, not relaxed. Palms facing down, crawling and bringing the chest onto the front. Drop the belly, soften the hips. Breathing in into a gentle cobra. Shoulders relax. Shoulders relax. Shoulders roll back, just open. Very gently relax. onto the floor. Now very gently, arms stretch onto the shoulder heights, head turning onto whatever the side is that you relax. At this very moment, you can see both arms are not stretched properly. So bring that attention to the whole arm and allow the head to turn on to one side so that you can notice the physical sensation of your chest. Non-judgmental awareness is important. Now take a deep breath in and you can turn the head and the cheek onto the other side. Now you can see the effortlessly the relaxation is coming without even trying to relax. Now the practice is about patience and acceptance of both comfortably and uncomfortably. Practice is all about willingness to explore. This body that the spirit is using as a vehicle. Listen to the body's language, its language. And by listening and connecting, you enter into the book of the body. And while you're turning into it, as great Master Osho said, while you start turning the pages of, you become aware of the whole mystery of your life, where your chapters. Do you feel at home in your own body? Are you happy with your own body? Do you wish it were different? Do you take the time to listen to your body? Do you respect it? Do you respond to its needs? Or do you tend to neglect it until something goes wrong? So ask yourself what I wanted to be focus. Back to the center. Shoulders relax, just open. Clasp the hands in the back. Now take a deep breath in or to the opposite elbows. It's up to you. If you're holding on and interlacing the fingers, then take a deep breath in and push it further into the feet and lift up. Breathing in, lift up the chest. Now reaching onto the ankles and lifting up again. Breathe, forehead relax. And very gently bring the heels closer to the buttocks and give a pressure to the feet from your thumb. Very gently push the thumb so your body is in order to realize. And we push that space to connect it to a deeper part of organ. And relax the release. And allow the head to turn onto the side. I wish this season is not about dreaming into your ego. This season is about awakening into your real reality. Paying attention to the body. Paying attention and care for them with respect and gratitude. That you have a human life in this earth, in this time of Kali Yuga. This is about also giving attention to deeper love and respect for your body. This is not about getting a product or a self, the body image, and exploit the body shame rather than promoting body connecting and body respect. This is not about rewarding instant gratification with guilt, pleasure, and unhealthy treats that your fast mind seeks. Fastings. This is not about that. The season is all about emptying this sack of guilt. Shoulders relax and just now very gently take a deep breath in. If you have turned the head onto both sides, very gently onto the knees and stretch the spine into the back. This is not holding in the body under the success of your ego dream that your body has taken into the shape of competitiveness, hoarding and accumulating resources that leading you to disconnection. Because I'm talking about ill health. So this is the time not allowing those things to dominate and generate excessive thinking. So when it's there, it overshadows the well-being. Acceptance shadows calmness, balance, kindness, presence, generosity, honesty, all those things. Those are very shy things. They hide away among competitiveness, among success onto the ego-driven dream of yourself. Now very gently coming into the child pose. Now very gently waking up the spine one vertebra at a time. Shoulders relax and chest open. Palms facing up very gently, allow that body to open up. Breath, mind, some of you, it's about at this very moment letting go of those excessive thinking that creates catastrophic panic. If you're grieving for something, you can grieve and not struggle with your emotions. And so there's a accepting a healthy process of that. And this is the time you're giving attention to the body. Very gently. If this posture is harder for you, take a posture that you can sit down comfortably. Now take a deep breath in if you're in a sitting posture comfortably, shoulders relaxed, and pay your attention right down to the space of the feet. Don't even call it feet. I'm just directing you because I have to use the language to give you direction. Just take a deep breath. Open up the space first like a lotus, the feet. Slightly create the color of the lotus in the feet. And allow those sensations to bring it into a life, not just to an image, but bring that breath, the feet to open, and the soles of your feet. And we are coming into the resistance and the contact of the flow as the lake. Now feel the sensations around that feet as a flower has been bloomed. Warmth of the lake, warmth of the air, warmth of the sun, coolness of the moon. Gentle space. Just take a few moments to feel it. Now take your attention into the inside of the feet, inside of this lotus, and opening up into the space of exploring subtle sensations there. I have come across some of you have communicated with me about feet. Feel inside your heels. Perhaps you can feel the subtle sense of aliveness, energy in your heels. It may come as a subtle tingle. Don't force it, a slight pressure inside the heels that is free of your judgment. No need to label it that I have this or I have that. No need to label or to understand the sensation. Just feel it. Move your attention through the arches of your feet. Paying close attention to any sensation. Opens up as you open up before like a flower. Whether it's subtle or strong doesn't matter. Whether it's comfortable or uncomfortable, it doesn't matter. Inside the arches and top of your feet. Now move your attention inside the ball of your feet. With that gentle curiosity. Imagine your ball as a feet. Now let the curiosity notice any sensation. Then take your attention through the toes. Now allow your attention to spread through the whole of both feet. Notice subtle tingling, pressure, energy inside this space. Rest your attention on those sensations. Let them come more and more, more and more, more and more. Awareness. So there is no space for judgment. There is no space to label it. There is no space even to understand the sensation. Just feel it. This is the way you know that your feet is alive, not the imagination of your feet. You can feel them. Now I want you to go through the same sensations. If you're a healer or a counselor or a facilitator, the process of the hands and the fingers are very important. Once these hands and the fingers come into this same understanding, whatever they touch is creativity. Whatever they touch is alive. Now pay attention. Sensing and turning your attention away from the words and the pictures and the images and the ideas and the concepts towards that nonverbal physical sensation that we call prana. Even though I use the image of the lotus in the start for the feet. Now you can pay attention to the nonverbal sensation. If we don't open up in this space, we have a problem or a pain. There's panic. Now you're paying attention to the feeling in the body without the agenda into a destination. Now to understand something, you don't have to have a label. So we are less thinking, so there is no problems, no goal, gentle curiosity. Now, when you come into this realization that you're beyond this imagination of yourself to a true being, and lightening up into that space, so let this light, the grace and the faith and the miracle, so whether it's Buddhism, whether it's Christianity, whether it's Judaism, whether it's Islam, all these traditions talk about this space. Let us celebrate of knowing who you are, and in the serve the purpose of that. You're only liberated when you have truly find yourself. You only live the life of that. May you all find that space, peace and joy. Palms onto the Namaskar position in self-realization. Chanting a single Om, the space of joy, liberation, found. And may this being, whoever comes across you, will feel this presence of yourself. And they get moved by it, lifted by it, generated by it. chanting a single alone. Very gently twisting the spine to the left. Twisting the spine into the right. Shoulders relaxed, chest up. Back to the center. Shrug the shoulders until the head back and massage the back of the skull. Open and close the mouth wider 3 times, releasing the tension. Stretch the neck to the right. Onto the left. Back to the center. Arms raise onto the crown, cleansing the space and the aura of this energy, of your realization. Lightening the energy, attracting the energy of the light. May you find the teachings to be in this presence. Palms of the Namaskar position in its of realization. Touch the earth, respect for the earth, that we are temporarily taking refuge in this body and the mind, in this earth dimension. And that we are taking a vow to lead us, that we will live the life of the truth, living in the truth. Gently coming out of the practice, palms onto the Namaskar position of that realization, that you have exchanged your sleeping of your identity into waking up into the space of the spirit. Namaste.